Greetings, everybody. This is Kilo Echo 8, Oscar Uniform Oscar, and we're going to do another short video here on the FT891, and we're going to be discussing the meters and what the options are on those meters. I started with the radio off because I want you to notice that I always have my RF all the way down and my volume is all the way down, and that's going to come into play a little bit as we do this video. So I want you to remember that the meter will tell you three different things. So there's always three functions that meter will do that you see on the screen. So first of all, let's power it up. Let it come into focus here. So my meter is set to SWR, but I want you to realize that that is not what it's telling you right now. The meter is displaying how much RF gain I am allowing into this radio. Notice it's at a dB setting and I'm up around 50. So it would take a signal equal to that strength or something to overcome that, because I have RF gain set to 0. And notice that SWR is the selected meter, but that's what the radio is designating that it will show you on transmit and transmitter signal only. I did a pretty in-depth document that I'll post with this video, because sometimes you can see your radio going to transmit and it'll be the red light will be on, but that does not mean that you're actually pushing a signal out. And that's on my tips and tricks, and we've actually had a few incidences where that has happened. Just because it's in transmit mode does not mean you're transmitting a signal out. Once again, I start with SWR, and so right now it's not telling me SWR, it's telling me RF gain, which is the first thing this meter is telling me. And as I increase, turning clockwise, you will see that I'm lowering that bar, right? I'm down to, if somebody was a 5.3 or something, they would be pegging that meter out. You know, they would show it. It would look like somebody talking right there. I also want you to notice, I'm going to set it up here around 9, like we have a 5.9 signal. So the first thing that it tells you is the RF gain. Now, if somebody was talking and the meter was bouncing, I want you to notice the little tick mark that is staying up there for 1 second. That is called peak meter hold, and that is very, very nice. It lets me know what that guy talking when I glance back over. I have mine set for 1 second, and to show you where that is at, let's go into the main menu first, because that might be helpful also. So we're going to long press the F key, and we're going to go to menu item 2.5, and that's peak meter hold. And I think I set it up there for 2 seconds so I could show you the demonstration. I usually run mine about 1 second. That seems to be a nice in between. It'll do half, off, and then you can go to half, 1 and 2. I typically like 1 second when I'm running POTA or a field day, so I can see what that report was for the guy. All right, we're going to step back out of that, but anyway, that's menu 2.5 to set that on, and it is pretty nice to have that. All right, so we're going to short press the function key to get into the meters. It's in function 2. Remember, you can cycle through. And then you're going to take your multifunction knob and select your meter. And remember that your meter, when you pick it, is an auto exit. So whatever meter you choose, we're going to switch from SWR, and we're going to switch it down to power as the first meter. So we're going to press it again to get in. We're going to rotate over to power, and we're going to let go. Notice now that I am setting with the radio's designating power. I'm going to turn my RF gain back to 0 because I don't need it. I'm into a dummy load. I'm not trying to hear anybody. So it's not telling me power. I'm not seeing power. It's not what the meter is. This designation, like I said earlier, is only on transmit. So on single sideband power, I am going to have to talk into the mic to modulate it, and we should see needle movement or a bar graph change. I think I'm set at 50 watts, so you'll see the first thing I want you to notice is that the scale changes from dB. Notice it's watts. And as I key the mic and I start talking and modulating, I'm getting up near 50. So you see that I am pushing this bar up near 50, which is where I have the radio set. Another meter that I want to show you for sure, back into meters, ALC. Once again, it'll automatically switch. Notice I'm not displaying ALC, I'm displaying RF gain and no signal. But when I key the mic and start talking, you will see my ALC. And this is where my next video, I think I showed, this is how you want to set your mic gain. So when we adjust our mic gain, we don't want this meter pegging past the big tick, which is in the middle. Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Uniform Oscar. Boy, my Oscar, I pegged that. But right now I'm doing okay. I'm not pegging past middle. So that's what I want to show. That's ALC. The extra one that I would show you is if you go back in the meter and we go to compression. Notice that we're still under this. When I key the mic, I'm not going to get anything on compression, and I'm going to tell you there's a little secret to why. Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Uniform Oscar. Notice I have no needle movement, because we're talking about speech compression and it's monitoring that for you. So in order to make compression work, we need to go into the short menu again. I believe it's function 1. So cycle through till you see function 1. Yep, there it is. The only time you're going to show compression is when you're actually using the speech processor or compression. So we're going to turn that on. I think 20 is default, and I kind of find that good. Sometimes I'm around 25, but usually 20 works for me. So we're going to hit the fast key here to exit out of that and exit out of that. Notice that it does say processor in the main display here. And when I key up and talk this time, we should get some scale for compression, and it should show about how I'm doing. Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Uniform Oscar. Notice it's going to almost 20, which is where I had it set. So it works pretty well. But if you want to check your speech compression, this is how you would check it. Then I typically switch mine back. I will change those meter settings a couple times to check and get my radio set. We're going to go back in and set to function 2. We're going to go back to SWR. And I will tell you that IDD, as you saw before it dumps out, it measures the current draw, the amperage across your finals. I will have to dig more into that, but it will show you that when you're talking, how much amps are going across your finals. That's about all I have for this quick little video on the meter. And like I said, I did explain a lot more in depth of how the meters work in a Word document that I will post with this video also. And I will say 7-3, everybody. This is Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Uniform Oscar. Have a good day.